Hey there YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis if you haven't been here before. Today I am filming a get ready with me, and so let's get started. First I'm going to start off with my foundation. I'm using two today. One is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and mine is in the color Deep Neutral or the number 53. And I'm also using the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, and I'm using the color 4.5 in or 4.5 in. And so the reason I use these two, I love the finish that they give, but one is a little dark and one is a little light, and so when you mix them together I get the perfect shade. Now as you can see here, I'm putting it on my face and it looks like it might be too dark for me, but I am matching it to my neck and body. And so I blended it on the back of my hand and applied it in dots to my face, and I'm just using a foundation brush to blend it all in. Now you can see I didn't put any under my eyes just because I'm going to reserve that area for concealer. Forgive me for how I sound when I talk. I have clear retainers and they kind of like Invisalign, but I got my braces off last month and I'm supposed to keep my aligners on. I should have taken them off. Actually, I think I will do that. Oh, you guys, I wasn't flipping you off. I just used my middle finger to put the foundation on. I know that looked weird. Sorry. When you apply your foundation, please don't forget to blend it down your neck so that you have a seamless transition. Okay, so now I'm going to put in a concealer that's close to my skin tone, and this is the Maybelline Super Stay Activewear concealer, and this is in the color 45. And then I'm also using a slightly lighter concealer for highlighting, but notice I'm only going to highlight my forehead and down the middle of my nose. This is just a quick out the door, supposed to be 10 minutes, but I think it took about 13 minutes to do this face of makeup. So my lighter concealer I'm using is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic, and this is in the color CW07. I just chose random brushes to apply the makeup, so I don't know exactly what they were, and I didn't go back to look to film this video, but just know I used a foundation brush. This is a concealer brush, and then I have later on you'll see a fluffy blush brush and a powder brush. So when I put my concealer on, I am starting out with blending the outer edges first, and then working up to the corner of my eye and blending out. And that's just so that there's not too much concealer in one place and it kind of thins out and blends in with my skin. I do have a tendency to crease under my eyes, so the less product the better. I like this concealer, this Maybelline one, because it's full coverage for me. I have dark under eyes and I didn't have to color correct, and it looks pretty good. So right now I'm going on the side of my nose with just the foundation brush I used in the beginning that had a little bit of product left on it. You may have noticed that I didn't really put foundation on my nose. I just put that strip of concealer. I am prone to sweating and I wear glasses, so I didn't want a lot of product there, because once I start to sweat, then of course the product lifts off with my glasses or runs, and it's just a hot mess. Today was an unusually warm day for us. It was almost 70 degrees today, and just last week we had snow. So I'm using my damp beauty sponge here just to pat all over my face to absorb any excess product and just to blend everything together so that it looks pretty close to flawless and skin-like. I gotta move that hair out the way. And now I'm going to do a little contour with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand, and this is in the color medium tan. So I'm going to place those just above the hollows of my cheeks and around my forehead area, just the perimeter of my face. I'm not going to go on the bottom. I'm actually getting ready to go to church, so I didn't want to overdo it, but I just wanted to put in a little more effort than I usually do. So I'm going to take this angled brush here to blend out my contour. And as you can see, I'm using a tapping motion as opposed to a swiping motion. This is my first time using this e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. I wanted to see how that worked out, and I don't dislike it. It blended pretty well, and it's a nice color. So I think I'll keep using it. For this step here, I usually use a bronzer. I don't really contour, and so I guess in this aspect I'm kind of using this contour shade as a bronzer. I'm not really trying to sculpt my face, but just trying to give it a little more dimension and depth after putting on the flat foundation. Alright, so we got that all blended in, and now we're going to go in with some blush. And this is by Huda Beauty. I can't speak today. It's Watermelon Pop Blush Filter, and I just go in with 3 dots on each cheek. I'm not huge on blush. I like a flush of color. I like it to look natural, so I don't put a lot of blush on there. I like just enough to look healthy. And so for me, you'll see in just a minute that even this little bit of blush is just a bit too much for me. So I'm going back over it with my foundation brush that has a little bit of product left on it, just to kind of blend it in and make it look like a flush from within, kind of like you ran and then your cheeks got a little flushed. So the next product I am using is by e.l.f. as well. It is the Halo Glow Powder Filter Pressed Powder in the color Deep Neutral. And I'm just using this to set my face with a big fluffy powder brush. And I'm being sure to concentrate on my smile lines because that is where I tend to get a lot of creasing throughout the day. And then I am using blush. This blush is by Ulta Beauty, and I don't have that one with me at the moment, so I can't tell you which palette this is, what colors they are, but I can tell you it is an older palette, and I don't know if they still make this one. I was in the store recently and I saw that Ulta has revamped their product line, and so it may be called something else and have different packaging. So I use that powder blush just to set the liquid blush. And so I point it to my cheek. Now I'm getting ready to highlight. And here I'm using the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter, and it is in the color 40 Be My Sunshine. This is one of my favorite highlighters because it looks very natural. It just looks, it doesn't look highlightery, it just looks like you have a glow to your skin. So I focus it on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and just around the eyebrows where the light naturally touches. So I forgot to bring an eyebrow pencil. That's why I made that face there. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows out here. I didn't bring any gel, so I'm just going to tame them a little bit because, like I said, I'm not going for anything too serious today. I'm just going to church and wanted to put in a little more effort. Sorry I'm off camera here, but I'm applying my eyeliner and I'm using the Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer by Rimmel London. And this is in the color brown, or I'm sorry, rich brown, 212. And my mascara is by Fenty Beauty and it's called Hella Thick. I'm just gonna put one little coat on there. Maybe. Okay, one coat. And finally, we're going to put on our setting spray. The bottle that I'm using is by Mary Kay. It's their makeup finishing spray, but I've also combined Scandinavia bridal setting spray, which pretty much is the same thing as the Mary Kay one. They're made by the same company. They perform the same. And so, yeah. My lip oil is by e.l.f. I don't have that one in front of me, so I can't tell you exactly which one it is, but I'll try to remember to put it in the description below. And now just some finishing touches. We're going to put on our jewelry. Do a little something something with our hair. And get ready to go give Jesus some praise. So here I'm just putting a little bit of edge control. I am natural, and so my new growth is coming in. And I'm trying to use less heat on my hair. Just use the blow dryer. So I'm putting a little bit of edge control just to tame my new growth just a little bit. And just brush that product through. I usually use a smaller comb to part my hair, but I didn't have one here, so I just used what I had. No, my part is not straight. It's not perfect, but you know what? I'm not perfect, so and I don't think Jesus cares. I'm presentable, so that's what matters. And then I'm just going to clip it up. And that's the end. That was my quick out the door. It's supposed to be 10 minutes, but ended up being 13, 14 minutes. You all have a blessed day and thank you for joining me.